Hey guys, today I'm going to be reviewing this headlamp from Decathlon, Forclaz BIV500. Okay, let's unbox it. Okay, so what do we have? This is the box, and what does it say? We have 7 lumens of red for 11 hours. We have 10 whites for 21 hours. We have 100 lumens at 4 hours, and then it goes into 20 lumens for 30 minutes. That I like. That I very much like. And we have instructions. We have micro USB. Gross. It is 24 ohms, 25. We should have Type C at this point. But for $11, I'm not going to complain that much. Here's the instructions. We have a on-off switch. Okay, there's a switch. There's the plug to charge it. Here's the 2 LEDs. We have, okay, cycling between the different modes. We have a long press for ramping. No one's going to use this, guaranteed. We have a hold the button for lockout. Great. We have a power indicator when you turn it on. Great. 30 to 100% is green. 10 to 30% solid red. Blinking is less than 10%. Super awesome. 2 hours to fully charge it from empty. And this is talking about the 20 lumens at 30 minutes when it's low in power. That is super smart and super necessary. So I'll just talk about that first, and that is because I remember back in the day, Zebralight back in the day, which is so famous for great runtime, would cut off at the very end. They maximize it so well that it will take energy at the very end, and then just when it doesn't have any more energy to power the LED, it would just cut off, which is super dangerous in a critical area or critical environment. You're at night caving or you're doing something super in a pitch dark cave and the light goes out, you're in trouble, right? So that's why sometimes Petzls tend to be more popular, because they have a linear just dropout, so there's no surprises in the critical areas. So that's why it's important to have that kind of drop, so there's no surprise. It'll just go into that 20 lumens, and then you'll know that you have that 30 minutes to top it off or to find another light source, which is smart. I would say actually the weight of this is 45 grams. Let's see how much it weighs. 43. It weighs a little bit lighter than claimed, which is great. Anything light is great. I think that headlamps should be very light. They are not meant to be heavy. Just want to weigh. This is the absolute maximum I'm willing to put on my head. 80. Yeah, no more than 80. I would never put more than that on my head. Ooh, this is 110. Yeah, so I actually don't believe in 18650 or large size headlamps, because I don't think they have a real purpose. I really think you should carry the weight inside your hand for something high lumen. And these things are usually limited at 1000. Any kind of headlamp that's trying to market over 1000, it's just lies, because these bodies are just limited to basically the heat of what 1000 lumens can create. So anything more than that, it'll have to ramp down or it'll be way too hot. You don't want some kind of hot metal tube that's next to your face, obviously, right? So I still believe in a lightweight headlamp, and then to pair that and match that with a nice bright hand torch. Okay, so we went over the weight is nice, micro USB, not nice, IPX4, which they put 4 raindrops in 2 of the 4 raindrops, which I'm assuming that just means that's for rain or light rain. Not that great. That means you're never going to water cave with this or any kind of huge downpours. It might be at risk, but I think 99.9% of the chance that you'll be okay, because I don't think people are just trying to walk out in drenching rain, or they will have like a hood, or they're protected, or they have an umbrella or something like that will protect it. So I don't think that will be so much a issue. So let's just go over the UI. So we have a click to turn on. This is red. It's more of a floody red. Let me shut the light off so we can just get a better look. So every time you turn it on, it actually will have a little indicator. It's really hard to see because it lights green here and then it shuts off. So every time it shuts off, which is about 5 seconds, that means you actually can click to off. Otherwise, it's cycle like that. So red, low, high, and then off. Okay, so there is also a hold function. That's more of the ramping. In red, there's no ramping. So if you hold, it would be off. Okay, and if I go into the, let's see, if I go into the low, here's the low, which should be 10 lumens. If you hold it, it'll ramp. Now you can see the green, right? That's the battery indicator. So now it's just ramping. I don't think most people are just not going to use that. Okay, and then let's go into the high. It'll ramp between the between 10 and 100 lumens. If you want to have that finicky control, but I think most people are not going to do that. I think honestly, UI is very nice. to have just red, low, high. It's very easy to explain to other people how to use this. So I think that's a good thing. So let's just go with the pros and cons of what this thing is. And cons, plastic, it's just obviously a plastic body, which means that you click, click, click. Oh, I hate to just click this along. It just sounds like it's gonna break. So you can take a look at the hinge like that. So here's the top tip. When you actually close this way, this is okay, there's no resistance, but when you actually can kind of pull and see how much quieter it is just to articulate that way. So if you want to save that plastic, you can do it that way without damaging it. I think most people are going to be like this way when they use it, slightly forward in front of them. Or if you tend to do, here's another top tip, if you like to, if it's very buggy and you don't want to put this on top of your head, you can wear it around like a necklace, and then you can run it upside down and then just click it out more. Then this will actually come forward like that way, and this will allow you to light up in front of you. It will just align with your body instead of your head, but it will keep the bugs off of your face, which is a good thing. So the con, yeah, plastic, you have all the issues of plastic. Will probably, this might end up breaking sometime in the future. Plastic becomes brittle when it's cold, so that's something to consider. But plastic's lightweight and makes it cheaper to produce, so those are good things. IPX4, like I said before, another con, not that great. You're just not going to do serious work with this, but I think for most people it's going to be just enough. I rarely find myself hiking full-on downpour, and usually I would have, if it's a full-on downpour, I will have a hood or something else that would protect my head. If my head's protected, this is protected. Okay, no replaceable battery, another con. You're basically, whenever this battery dies, this becomes disposable. So batteries usually tend to last, maybe, just say if like, maybe this will be a 4-year product or something like that, and maybe in 2 years, just say if you lose half of the output and then you have half of the capacity, it's still kind of okay, because just say if you have 10 lumens at 21 hours, that 10 lumens can still be at 10 hours, so it still has some kind of use. It just, who knows how long this other stuff is going to last. And like this stretchy band, I would say, based on my own experience, I would say these last about 4 years before they become brittle and they stop losing that elasticity and start cracking. So you definitely can replace these. You can find like different stores, like art stores or whatever, that sell these kind of stuff. Then you could DIY just replace this if you wanted to, or you can use a different material. But yeah, this is definitely disposable at some point. That goes up for any headlamp, to be honest. My head size is large. I wear a large cycling helmet, which is around 60 centimeters, I think. And this is set for my head, so you can see it's pretty much at max. So it just can't fit large heads. I wouldn't want to stretch this over like a super huge helmet if you're caving. But again, this is like not for like water caving or anything like that. So I think this mainly to put on top of your head, and I find it comfortable. You know, have the band here, so you don't really feel the plastic. The band is enough, even though it's thin, because it's just only like 43 grams. So no problem with that. Okay, so I guess that's pretty much the cons of that. I think we can go into pro. The lightweight, simple UI. The red is super good. I had a friend doing Aurora Borealis trip earlier this year, and then it was super hard to find, and there's a lot of suffering to do. And then they finally saw it, I think, on top of the cruise ship, like around 3 or 4 in the morning, something like that. Everyone was, you know, up on the top deck, and basically you can only use a red light. And if you use anything other than a red light, including your phone screen, people would just yell at you, and they would do with good reason, because anything other than red light is going to ruin your night vision. So everyone's really trying to capture any kind of faint glow of the Aurora Borealis. So red is also good for, like, you know, like the astronomers, etc., like that, saving your night vision, or you're in their tent and you just don't want to blow out your eyes, right? So red is good. What else is good is that the price, I mean, for 11 USD is a no-brainer. It's awesome for like a gift or whatever like that. So USD at 18 USD, the original retail price, it's harder buy to get something like this, because then you have to start looking at other, maybe even more reputable brands out there like Nikkor or whatever that makes different headlamps. But yeah, so for this price, pro for this price. And I like the lockout feature to just hold, so off, hold it, blink red, now it's locked off. It's absolutely a necessity when you want to have a digital switch and you use it inside your bag. So you can lock it out, just put a rubber band. It's super compact and easy to carry. Okay, so I think for anyone, any DIY person who needs hands-free, this is super cool to use, because you really don't need super bright light for, you know, when you're doing handwork. And it could be just like barbecuing at night, or it could be just like mechanic, contractor, anything, right? You're just thinking whatever's hands-free and you just want to see in front of you. Also for emergency, like I said, super cheap. You just top it up every couple of months. You maybe want to re-top it off, but you can just store this and there's no leaking battery or anything like that. So that's quite nice, you know, if you want to use it as emergency. So I think this is quite a great gift for muggles or normies or whoever, that you can just buy this and they don't have to think that I'm buying extra batteries or anything like that. They can just buy this, top it off, put it in the drawer, and every once in a while top it off if they need it. So yeah, at that price, it's a great gift price, and the UI is super simple for muggles. I wouldn't even bother explaining the ramping, and even myself, I doubt I'm going to use it. So just say red, low, high, off, and that's it. And then open it up and micro USB, top it off. Quite simple. Okay, so anyway, that's it. There's definitely going to be, I'll show you the beam shots. I'll show you a little bit here, and then I'll show you outdoor beam shot of what it looks like. So we have red is a flood. You just almost don't need to angle with this red because it's a flood, and I like that it is a flood. That makes sense. And then we have the white, and you can see it's actually using more of an optic style where there's no reflector with a hotspot and the spill. This is actually a very even kind of beam. And you do have a bit of warm coronas. I see a little bit here. So if you're really picky about color, then you might not like that. But I think if you shine this out inside the woods or anything like that, these are super unnoticeable. Only if you're white while hunting. So I think this is okay. And in fact, I actually think these style is better in my opinion, because I think it actually grabs the most of the lumens and throw it out as a lux, like the light intensity out. So makes the bright light seems brighter as opposed to just a hotspot and like a bright spill, and the spill tends to disappear out of your peripheral. Okay, so red, low, high. Okay, and that's how it works. Then I just want to show, see, that's the green light that pops up. Actually, I'm going to ramp it just so you can see the green light here. So solid green light, like I said before, when it has enough power, then it'll turn to red, solid, and then it'll be blinking when it's really low. When you turn it on and it's green right now, that green light shuts off, you can click to shut off. So you don't have to cycle if you don't want. So for example, if you're turning on, you're just running it as you normally do it, you just click to turn off. You're never thinking to cycle it. Let me just put on high. I'll put on high. It's green now. It's green. Still green. It's about 5 seconds off. Now click to shut it off. Okay, that's it. Beam shop's coming up. Thanks for watching. Indoor shot, 1 meter. Red. You can see it's a complete flood. Low. It's the beam. High. And you can see, even though well, I guess it's indoors, so you can see there's a bit of a spill. But the red, you can see the red is quite floody. See how it floods, still hit the side over here, right? Low, high. Okay, outdoors, about 10 meters to the wall. Here we go, red flood. How does that look? Pretty good. Just for the immediate vicinity, right? Let's try the low. Low is not bad. As you can see, it's actually wide enough, I think. When you're far enough, it's actually fairly wide. You don't really see that yellow corona that much. Okay, let's go high. Yeah, okay, pretty good. 100 lumens. Yeah, I wouldn't say you wouldn't go any much farther than this for illumination, but that's what it's made for. Just for normal hiking and seeing up close. But it's not really made for far seeing or super bright light for lighting something up. But let's see, can you see the, yeah, I think it's actually, the beam is wide enough for your frontal area, not the side area, and it's nice and even. Nice and even. Okay, so that's beam shots outside. Thanks.